Alright, I said I was gonna wear a safari hat, and Bank of England video is getting the safari hat. But sorry, it's not one of those, hard shell English safari hats. So here is the Fed versus the Bank of England, and it's not like a grudge match cage fight. Just comparing Bank of England, what they've done, and what the Fed is gonna do. And by gonna do, I mean in like the next 10 minutes. Like they're doing it right now. This is Brian Lewis with MMT Investing, and things just changed. So, Bank of England, for one, is pretty open about their monetary policies. And you can go to Bank of England, you can look them up, and they have all kinds of information on their monetary operations, on the money printing, what they're trying to do, and it's a lot of stuff that the Fed won't tell people. I mean, you can go look up the Fed's balance sheets and all kinds of stuff like that, but like the Bank of England like puts out tutorials that actually describe like the money printing operations and everything. Um, so that's really cool. But the Bank of England always smashes that like button right now to help me out with the YouTube algorithm. Yeah, so Bank of England is they've centralized the currency, and they're pretty open about wanting to reduce the amount of power that the banks have, because the banks have made a mess basically, and they're just kind of they're reeling the system back in. And the central bank in England, the Bank of England, is doing a lot of direct monetary operations instead of relying on the banks to do most of that stuff. And that is largely what the Fed is doing right now with all these new programs that the Fed is introducing, and like FEMA, like a direct repo market to the whole euro dollar system. So like that's what am I like right next to like a helicopter base or something? There hasn't been a helicopter here the entire time I've been here. I've been here almost a month, and right now I'm trying to shoot videos, and it's like helicopter city. So I'm in South Africa, like real close to the safari park over here, and that's why I'm wearing my safari hat today. I'm kind of pouting because I can't go to the natural or the national park because it's closed to the whole country is locked down. Um, so Bank of England has centralized a lot of the operations, and that's not really comparing apples to apples with the Fed, because Bank of England is one little country, and their central bank is relative to their country, and and the whole Brexit thing is kind of complicated. Yeah, but I won't get into that. But the United States is the reserve currency for the whole world, and the Fed is sort of the head of the reserve currency and the Congress, but the international banking system is sort of disconnected with the Fed and the Congress right now. And now they're going to be doing the same kind of thing that England has done, and just reconnecting the system and bringing back some of the power back from the banks, because the banks right now, I mean, they're companies, they have balance sheets, and they are not doing well with the low interest rates and everything. And now that the monetary contraction is happening, like everyone's hoarding money, the banks are hoarding their collateral. They don't want to make loans. All the collateral is risky because everyone's defaulting on their loans. So it's just it's a big mess, and the Fed's trying to reconnect everything. And I expect a lot of the monetary world reserve currency operations to come more directly from the Fed, and just either bypass the primary dealer banks and the main international banks, or you see them doing things like giving like 0% interest loans, and then being like, hey, like they give a primary bank a 0% loan, and they're like, go do this, like, and then they can just roll the loan over. So the Fed's like kind of indirectly doing it through the primary bank, instead of just hoping that they do it. I think they're kind of like telling them what to do right now in the crash. So that's just kind of a look at the Bank of England and the Fed and the whole safari situation. And yeah, so like go look up the Bank of England and go check out what they're doing. It's a pretty good look at what you might expect from the Fed pretty soon. Cheers.